There have been a lot of comments like this, not only on our Google Plus page, but pretty much all over the internet. And you know what? Just meet me at my webcam. First things first, both Aaron and Eric are in the comics, so they're not really being inserted into the TV show. There's a lot of differences between the comics and the show, but it is based off of the comics, so that's not necessarily the TV network saying, hey, let's have some gay characters. It's the network saying, hey, let's reference the comics. So there's that. Secondly, according to GLAAD, only about 4.4% of American network TV characters are actually part of the LGBTQ plus community. There's a lot of different polls and surveys and stuff like that that try to determine exactly what percent of the population at large is part of that community. A recent Gallup poll in 2012, I believe it was around 4%. If you go back to the 1960s with the Kinsey reports, it had up to 30% or even more. I think it was something like 37% of men surveyed at that time had an inclination towards being attracted to men. Of course, that one was controversial because it wasn't necessarily a random sampling, but that's still a pretty wide range, 4 to 37%. So having 4.4% of American network TV characters be part of that community, it's not like it's exactly taking over TV or anything. Thirdly, the objection is that having two men kiss on the show makes it less family friendly. We're talking about The Walking Dead. So let's just be clear. Family friendly. Not family friendly. Perfectly fine for your family to sit down and watch. Family friendly. Bad for the family. Really? Another argument that I see brought up a lot is that same-sex relationship should only be brought in if it has something to give to the plot. But these same type of criticisms are not necessarily brought up for opposite-sex relationships. I didn't see that question with Glenn or Maggie. I didn't see it with Rosita and Abraham. But, you know, suddenly two men kiss. Oh, it doesn't have anything to do with the plot, so why put it in there? But I'd like to argue that all of these relationships have something to do with the plot. They all have to do with character development. They all tell us a little bit about these characters and what they value, and that they're capable of being compassionate and caring towards another person. So, first of all, it's hypocritical. Second of all, you're wrong. And as a side note, Aaron and Eric aren't actually the first gay characters on the show. There was Tara. But I guess because she didn't kiss anyone and wasn't overt about it, no one really made a big deal about it. Or maybe there's some sort of double standard between gay men and lesbians. I really don't know. But suddenly, Aaron and Eric kiss and it's a huge deal. And, you know, Tara existed for more than a season already, but anyway, The Walking Dead is the highest ranking genre TV show out there right now. It's even higher ranking than Game of Thrones. It gets over 12 million viewers per episode. Game of Thrones, forgive me, I don't have the statistic in front of me, but I think it's something like 9 million, so it kind of gives you an idea of how important this is. It's a cultural phenomenon, and it seems like everybody watches it, even my coworkers who aren't really into other geeky things, who aren't into genre TV, comic books, anything like that, they watch The Walking Dead. So the kiss between Aaron and Eric has shocked a lot of people just because they weren't expecting it. But I think that's a good thing, because this show has so many eyes on it, and it's such a part of American TV right now, and it's making a global impact. So the fact that they already existed in the comics and they decided to bring it on over to the show, it's important, and I'm glad they did it. And one thing that I'm really happy about is that the outrage seems to be pretty low-key. There's a few comments, like the one that was on our Google Plus, a few tweets, but mostly people are just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Of course, that's an anecdote because that's just people that I've talked to. But from my perspective, it's been a lot more low-key than I thought it would be. So that's that. So this has been the first episode of Meet Me at My Webcam. Thank you for watching. And we hope to bring you a lot more things in the future. Anything that's worthy of an eye roll, but maybe not necessarily an article. So thanks for watching.